Good morning, YouTube. What's going on? It's Mesa Fail back at it with some Destiny. Time to go over the weekly reset, all the new activities to do within Destiny. And this week, the featured raid is King's Fall. So I'll be streaming this tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern right here on YouTube. So make sure you tune in, turn on notifications. We'll be taking people through it later on during the week. Tonight, I think just me and my friends want to go in there, knock it out, get some checkpoints. Because if we do take people through later in the week, we want to have a War Priest checkpoint and an Oryx checkpoint just to make things easier. Stick around to the end. I'll talk more about that. Challenge of Elders, Airborne, Fresh Troops, Grenade Kill bonus. You get a Legendary Engram, 10 marks for your first 3 runs. Just go to the Reef and grab yourself an Elder Sigil to do that. The weekly Nightfall is Valis to Arak on Mars. We got Epic, Heavily Shielded, and Highly Aggressive enemies in pure greater numbers. Berserk, Minions of the Darkness won't flinch even after massive damage. We have Fresh Troops, some enemy squads have been fortified with additional reinforcements. Airborne, players do more damage while in the air, and Catapult, grenade recharge rate is greatly increased. So, kicker is Airborne to bring your Galahorns, make sure you jump in the air, and you will kill him in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Finally, the Siva Crisis Heroic does not have Specialist on. So your first one, you get a Treasure of Ages, and then you get 10 legendary marks for your first 3 runs. What we got? We have Voidburn for once. Alright, I can break out my Steel Medulla, Word of Crota, Doom of Kelkis, Atheon's Epilogue, all sorts of stuff. This is going to be a fun week. Heroic, enemies in pure greater numbers, and are more aggressive. Voidburn, we got that. Brawler, Guardian melee damage is greatly increased. Chaff, player radar is disabled. Alright, I'll be going in with my Warlock and throwing on my Nothing Manacles. Alright, the weekly story playlist. This has been one of my favorite things they've added since Age of Triumph because I love playing these old stories. Your first one, you get an let me go back to the screen. The first one, you get a Treasure of Ages, and then you get 20 legendary marks for your first 5 stories. So this week, it's Mars and Venus, and we have Heroic, enemies in pure greater numbers, and are more aggressive. Chaff, your player radar is disabled, and we got Airborne, players deal more damage while in the air. Alright, let's go take a look at the Crucible. I'm going to put on screen right now what the weekly Shaxx bounties are, and those give you Nightfall tier rewards. I'll be back on at 1 p.m. to make an Iron Banner video, so I believe this will be removed. Zone Control, alright, so you can get a Treasure of Ages, 10 legendary marks, but that should go away because Iron Banner is going to go right here. And it's Mayhem Clash this week, guys, remember. Control, alright, we have Control, we have Supremacy, Elimination, Salvage, and we have Rumble. So, that's it for the Crucible. Let's go check out what Tyra's artifacts are, and I'm going to go over all the armor rerolls in terms of stats. I'm looking at it right now, I see a couple of ghost shells that are 100% stat roll. In fact, I'm going to go buy some of those. If you want weapon rerolls, check out Cool Guy Destiny. Just YouTube search him. He does an amazing video every Tuesday on all the weapon rerolls. Okay, checking in with Tyra, she's selling an Intellect Discipline artifact that's 99% rolled, stat rolled. Check out my video in the description, how to identify tier 12 gear if you don't know what I'm talking about in terms of stat rolls. When your super's full, kills cause nearby ally supers to recharge. Then we have Memory of Silumar. In the Crucible, resistance to damage over time attacks is greatly increased. This one is showing up at 79% stat roll. Memory of Yola, one of my favorite artifacts, but she never brings a good roll. This one is, let's see, 82% stat roll, and it's Intellect and Strength. Removes your sprint cooldown. So I would grab the scores if I was you. Alright, let's check out. I'm going to go through Destiny animators right now and take a look at what's good to buy. So Titan Vanguard, 100% rolled Ghost Shell, Intellect and Strength. I'm looking at Warlock Vanguard, 100% rolled Ghost Shell, Intellect, and Discipline. What else? Varix, nothing good there. Future War Cult, Future War Cult's got a Ghost Shell. That's 100% stat rolled, Intellect, and Discipline, so you can grab that. Gear-wise, I'm seeing a 98%. Let's see, that's a Titan Mark, Intellect, and Discipline. Let's go to Dead Orbit. Nothing. There's a 96% stat roll, Intellect, Discipline, Hunter Cloak. Nothing else good here. I'm scrolling. New Monarchy, nothing. Wow, bad week. 98% stat roll. Ghost. Let's see. Crucible, what do you got? Ooh, okay. Crucible also has 100% stat roll Ghost Shell. Intellect and Strength. 25 and 25. No, 25 should be something else. Sorry. My bad. Alright, so that's Ghost Shells for everybody here. Armor stinks. What else we got here? Let's check out the Speaker. Speaker has, 100% rolled Defender Mark, Discipline, and Strength. Yeah, so you might want to grab that. Everything else is 94, 96%. Wow, so Ghost Shells galore this week. So if you need a Ghost Shell that's 100% stat rolled, you know where to go to buy them. So anyway, that's it, guys. So as for the raid carries this week, so we got 130 people, over 130 people through Crota's End. We got, I think, over 70 or 60 people. And it's not just me, it's my crew, Raider XOF, Vanilla Gorilla, Ninja Rockstar, Helvetica, the whole crew. Sloosberry, just, the names go on and on. we're going to try to get people through King's Fall this week. I got to start getting ready for next week. I'm going to LA to play Destiny 2. I'm going to be recording it. I'll have that up on the channel that night. And, you know, we'll do the carries if we can get a War Priest checkpoint and also a Oryx checkpoint. This way, we could just go burn the War Priest. That's quick. Burn Golgoroth. We got a sick strategy on that. Go watch my video on it. It should be in the description. That's going to go really fast. And then Oryx himself is fast. We'll skip the daughters. We'll skip the chest in the middle. Skip the jumping puzzle and just make it fast. Get people in. Get your ornaments. Get your adepts. And get your armor. Get out of there. So, anyway, that's it, guys. Do me a favor. Drop a like this video only if you see fit. Follow me on the Twitter at Mesa. Check out my stream. Usually and always on YouTube. And that's it. I'm out of here like Vladimir.